I've been offered a new challenge. At first, I was reluctant to take it because it seemed like an old challenge, heading back in a direction I've already been.
It is a creative director role, and I've done that before, and it's also got a global remit, so it's working across geographies and time zones. So I've done that before. It's working with big B2B technology brands. Yep, done that one. And the remit is to build partnerships, recruit and build a team, improve the quality of the work, raise the profile of the agency, check, 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 and check. But this time, something's a little different. It's different in a couple of important ways. First up, it's an independent agency. It's much smaller. The last time I was in a role like this, it was in a really large, multinational, multidiscipline communications group, owned by an even larger holding company. I really did feel like the cog in the machine. This time, it's smaller, and it means the decisions that I make are actually going to affect the business a bit more. So I need to be a little bit more careful. I'm going to have to call on the entrepreneurial skills, such that I've learned since leaving agency life. Skills that I've learned from running businesses that were maybe not so successful, but also from running my own consultancy, which did a little bit better. But this time, I'll be working with a small team of really talented people who I actually trust. So there's a big difference right there. Now, perhaps the biggest difference about this role and the entire agency, in fact, is that it is 100% remote. I'm going to have to learn to lead and manage without ever being in the room. Now, this agency hasn't turned itself into a remote agency in response to COVID or lockdown or anything else. In fact, they're remote by design. They were built that way from day one. So they've had 6 years already to get good at this, and they've actually gotten very good indeed, which means I'm the one that's going to have to play catch up and learn the subtle art of remote control.
So my plan is to try a few things differently. Step one is to get rid of my assumptions. The plan is to ask a lot of questions, keep an open mind, and listen to the answers. Number two, over-communicate. In a role like this, you've got to explain yourself clearly, let people know what you're thinking, and crucially, let them know what you're expecting. Number three is to trust more. Much like this drone, I can't actually see it. I assume it's somewhere over the horizon, but I can see what it sees. I can see what it's doing, and I can see the work that it's producing and sending back. How it gets that work done is its own little mystery. And honestly, I just have to trust that it's doing just fine.
Even though it kind of felt like a familiar role at first, I now know that this is really completely different, and that's exciting. We'll be building creative teams here in Australia, in the UK, and in the US, and we're looking further into Southeast Asia in the near future. But I know it's going to be a little while, I think, until it's safe to travel again, but that's not the point. This agency is not really built to roll that way. So I'm also going to have to get a little bit more used to managing time zones and also keeping control of a little bit of work-life balance.
I'm Barrie Seppings, the new Executive Creative Director of the Splendid Group. And I hope there's something exciting waiting for you over your horizon.